Hi guys, my name is Manjunath, and in last video we created this amazing Nginx image, and we have customized it so that we can add some of our information in default HTML page. In this video we are going to create one custom Node.js website. If you don't know Node.js, it's not a problem. There are so many tutorials in my channel as well as other people's channel for Node.js. In this particular project I'll be creating it very easily, so you can refer it. So we can type any name. I'll just type it as my Node.js website, and as always you have to open it in VS Code by right clicking it and open with code, and it will open up Visual Studio Code. And let me just create some things using Node.js before getting started with the Docker part of it. Just type npm init. Just make sure you have Node.js installed. If you're not having Node.js installed, that's absolutely fine. You just have to follow instruction whatever I'm saying. But before that, let me just type enter, 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 enter. Okay, fine. So it created something called as packet.json, and I'll just put a link of repository. So if you are not having Node.js installed on your system, you just copy paste whatever files it creates. So let me just install another package using Node.js, that is npm install express. So all these are Node.js projects. So if you are familiar with Node.js, so you know what's happening here. If you're not familiar with Node.js, then absolutely fine. I'll just give entire repository link itself so that you can run it. It created node modules folder and packet lock.json. Once it got created, we need to run it. Now just imagine I don't have Node.js installed, so obviously I can't run it. In order, before running it, let me just create one simple Node.js project. Const express is equal to require express. That's the package which we install right now, and we can name it as app so that we can access its instance. If you're not understanding anything, that's absolutely fine here. Let me just complete it. App.listen port 3000, and let me just print one log message saying server started. App.get slash request response and res.send hello from Node.js. Okay, so I quickly created one Node.js file, and this creates one Node.js Express server, and it will run it on port 3000, and it will say that server started, and in the front end it will just show hello from Node.js. If you don't understand anything, that's absolutely fine. I'm saying it again and again because you don't have to worry much, because you will be learning how to develop all this application when you are learning it. But I am teaching Docker in this particular series, so I have to skip certain things in this particular thing. So let me just create Docker file as usual, without any kind of extra space or anything like that. Type docker file, and in this particular project we need to write little bit more code in order to make sure this particular file is actually running. So let me just type from node, that is the blueprint of image which we require in order to create our own custom image. I'll just type it as node colon, and we can type any kind of number also, that is the version number. You can go to Docker Hub and you can search whatever the version number you need to put as per your project requirement. I'll just type node so that we can get Node's official image, and so many versions are available for Node, that is Node alpha in 3.15, that is Node 19 alpha in 3.15, and so many others also available. I'll just use default Node 16 image, and just understand that we need to create one folder in container, like how we created this my Node.js website. So in order to create that particular thing and in order to switch us to that particular directory, we just type a work dir and just type whatever the name you want to type. I'll just type it as app. That's usual convention which we will be using. So once we have created this particular thing, we just want a certain file from this particular thing or a folder from this particular thing to go to the container. So let me just type a copy app.js to dot slash. That will copy it to this particular folder, because whatever we type here, it will be under this particular folder in the container. So before copying that particular thing, let me just copy package.json first to the server, that is the container. So I just copied packet.json to the container, then I copied app.js to the container. Once we copy it, just we need to run some command which we ran here, which I ran, which you might not have ran, because I said like you don't need to run it because we are using Docker. So we'll just type run and it will run npm install. That is, it will install all the dependency that is required by this particular project, which is not much. It will just install the express and its dependency. So once we have installed that particular thing, we need to, so we'll have to run some command in order to run this particular project. So we'll just type that particular command and we'll type npm node, not npm, just type node and we'll type node app.js, so that it will run this particular project whenever this container gets started. And we need to expose some port so that it will work whenever this 3000 port is used in the container. It will expose that particular port so that we can access it on the website. So once we type it this much thing, that's enough. We can create the container. Like we can, let me just clear it. We can create the container here. Before creating it, we have to build the image. So docker build current folder, that is this particular folder's docker file will get created. So t my node.js, we'll just name it as my node.js, so that we'll be able to access when we are creating the container. That my node.js will be the name of the image. So let me just click on enter and it will copy paste all the required blueprint and it will even copy app.js and package.json also. So that took a while to create in my system. In yours, it might take hardly 1 or 2 minutes if your system is slow. If it is fast, then it will get created in less than 1 minute. So once it got created, we can find whether it's present in our system or not by typing docker image ls. And if we type, it will show my node.js, which was created 25 seconds ago. And it will show its size also. So let me just create container using this particular image. Creating container, which we learned in previous video also, docker run dash it. Let me just run it as interactive mode this time. And if you type dash d, then it will run it in background. So in interactive mode, it will be running, and the port which will be mapping is 3000, and even the server's port is also exposed in 3000 only. So we'll type 3000 colon 3000. Once we type this particular thing, we can name the image. We'll name it as my Node.js website, and we have to use this custom my Node.js image. So just type my Node.js. And if I just press enter, it will, okay, so I did mistake here. It needs to be dash dash name. So if I just type enter, it will just say server started. That's the command which I wrote here whenever server getting started. So without delay, let me just go to localhost colon 3000. It will just show hello from Node.js. That means your Node.js project actually ran from Docker. I have a Node.js installed, but even if you didn't have Node.js installed on your system, this command would have run, because Docker actually installed Node.js from Docker Hub, and it made us run this particular commands and our Node.js project in its container. If I stop it, it might not work. So we have to stop it like how we stopped other container, by typing docker ps, by going to another terminal and typing docker container ls, and here we can see two of the containers which we have created in our previous as well as this project, and we'll just type docker stop my node.js website, and if I stop it, it will stop the container. It might take while for stopping such a big container, that is the node.js, but it will stop it. So let me just try to see whether it actually removed it or not. So yeah, it stopped it. And let me just stop even that my website container which we created in previous project. Docker stop my website. And once we stop this particular container, nothing is running in this particular system. So that's it for this Docker basic series, guys. And if you like this kind of videos, don't forget to hit like on that like button in YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe me also. And if you want to see more related to Docker, just put it in the comment, and I'll create new videos related to Docker. So that's it for this video, guys, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.